Thanks for tuning in to the KRVN Sports Podcast page, your home for all of the local broadcasts produced by KRVN Sports. This page and the playback is brought to you by Hoegemeyer Hybrids, raising the bar on yield performance. For KRVN Sports, I'm Jason Jorgensen. As part of Homecoming Week festivities, a new class of former athletes will be inducted into the UNK Athletic Hall of Fame. One of those going into the Hall of Fame this weekend is former Loper star running back Luke Van Matre, who had himself quite a run as a Loper back in the early 80s. In fact, he still holds a single-game record for 307 rushing yards. He did that back in 1982. This week I had a chance to talk to Van Matre, and he says picking up this honor means a lot.
I was elated. I was just like, wow, I didn't expect that because, nobody talked about it, and I didn't know how it worked. So, I was just happy that I had an opportunity to play at Kearney State.
Now, growing up as a kid in the area, was it your goal always to be a college football player, or how did that all come together?
Yeah, I was a pretty good athlete in all the sports I played. And so when it really did come time to choose what I wanted to do, football was the number one thing. You were at Kearney and played during a very successful time. That had to be a fun time to be a Loper. Oh, it was beautiful. We had so much fun. The football practices and the games were just, we had so much fun that we became really good friends. On the offense, all those guys we had a lot of good camaraderie. I think we played it as a team more than individuals. That was a great growing up experience for me. Probably didn't hurt too that you guys were pretty good back then. When you walk out on the field, you just feel so happy to be out there, and you hear the noise, but you don't. You're kind of in a zone. Coach Boroff, and then he was offensive coordinator, and then Coach Renner was a defensive coordinator. Well, those two guys won a lot of games together. Yeah, they were good guys and good leaders for us. Well, you just had some monster games. Do you remember the game when you went for 307? Yeah, I do. I do. It seems like the older you get, the more yards I got. I bet. I call it now the 300-plus game. I like that. Yeah, because I've heard a whole bunch of different yardages. So I say, yeah, that was a great game. It was fun. You want me to run you through it? Well, sure. I'm interested in this because your record still stands. Yeah. Well, it was at Washburn. Yep. And it was a beautiful, beautiful day to play football. Just nice, crisp, cool, everything like that. And so when we got there, we had prepared for, their defense. And so we were ready for them. I think they ran like a 5-man front. And so after I got through the line, it was pretty easy to score. And so by halftime, we had a really, really big lead. And I think it was like, 85-0. Not that much. maybe 28 or something like that. This was before halftime. And so we got the ball. And Coach Boroff decided to take the first team out. And everybody said, oh, okay, yeah. And then all of a sudden we kind of heard this scuffle, but, about, hey, Luke's got a chance to break this all-time single rushing record. Coach, put us back in. So everybody was saying that, and Coach Boroff said, oh, okay, you guys get one more series, and that's it. And so he said, and I think maybe that was the first time ever Coach Boroff was overrode. Today we're chatting with former Loper great Luke Van Matre of Gibbon. He will be going into the UNK Hall of Fame this week.
Well, Luke, I guess it's a good thing that you and your teammates talked Coach Boroff into letting you be out there for one more series.
Yeah, that's right. Well, there we were, and we go out there, and Mike Ralston is the quarterback, and he calls out a 22 ISO on 2. And so we get up to the line, down, set, hut 1, hut 2. Ralston gets the ball, turns around, hands it to me. I had to break through this great big hole in the line. I almost stumbled going through it. It was so big. And then all of a sudden, here comes this great big linebacker. When about that time, my fullback, Mitch Pfeiffer, smacks him, just crushes him, and knocks his head off. And so I had gone through that. I had two guys to beat,
Yeah.
2 defensive backs to beat. Well, I juked and jived, and I got by him with no problem. Took about 2 more steps, and crash, I got hit. I must have jived before I juked, because down I went. Oh, gosh, that was fun.
Great memories.
So much fun. Oh, great. And then so Jason, what came out of that was 2 good things. One was I did get tackled, and because if I would have ran for 65 more yards, I'd have had 365 yards.
Right.
And the other good thing that happened was that if I would have scored a touchdown, it would have kind of looked like we were piling on. Coach Boroff wouldn't have liked that. And so the second thing that came out of that was that I did end up breaking the all-time single game record. It was set by none other than Coach Boroff.
Oh my goodness! Wow! I didn't know that. What irony!
Yep, that was a fantastic day. Gosh, I loved that game. That was beautiful.
And it's amazing. Your record still stands today.
Well, you know how the offense has changed.
Yes.
You know, and that really made a big difference. So I hope they keep passing it.
Well, you know, a couple weeks ago, Isaiah Harris had 270, so he was sneaking up on you a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what great memories for you. Just had to be a great day, and it certainly sounds like you enjoyed your time being a Loper.
No, I did. It was, and I'm very grateful.
And that was former Loper star running back Luke Van Matre. A native of Gibbon, he now resides in Gibbon. Graduated from then Kearney State back in 1985. And he certainly is deserving of his honor this weekend. 1982, he was All-Region and All-American. He still ranks 9th on the career rushing list with almost 2,400 yards. Also, Van Matre is still just one of 13 Lopers to ever post a 1,000 rushing yard season. He did that in just 10 games back in 1982. So we want to thank Luke for his time and great memories as he goes into the UNK Athletic Hall of Fame this weekend. For KRVN Sports, I'm Jason Jorgensen.